Introducing Titan, the solution for better turnarounds. When we think of airplanes, we tend to picture them in high-level cruise, contrails streaming behind them, landing, taking off or taxiing on the ground at an airport. The time aircraft spend at the gate or a remote stand is rarely storied, in spite of the seemingly organized chaos surrounding them as they get ready for the next flight. This is the turnaround. It is a vital and very sensitive part of the operation. If things go wrong here without timely remedy, delays ensue. The on-time completion of the turnaround process can be jeopardized by many factors. Lost passengers, late arrival of the fuel truck, delays in the paperwork are just a few examples. Since a given aircraft is scheduled to perform several flights a day, a delay in the turnaround can cause knock-on delays for the other flights also. Airport Collaborative Decision-Making, or A-CDM, is the original concept devised to improve airport operations by sharing information and working closer together. In A-CDM, among other improvements, a number of milestones were established which help make the progress of the turnaround process more transparent. If the completion of a milestone is delayed, the whole process may be in danger of being late. With all partners sharing the same picture of the situation, timely action can be undertaken to mitigate the effects. A-CDM is effective, but we can certainly do even better with turnaround integration in trajectory and network, or Titan. In Titan, the enhancements realized by A-CDM are taken several steps further. Titan uses the milestones specified for A-CDM, but it also adds new ones that make the turnaround even more transparent and emerging problems visible a lot earlier. How is this improved predictability achieved? Titan considers the turnaround as a process, itself composed of several sub-processes. A process is defined as a sequence of activities with defined start and end times that must be performed in the prescribed order to correctly perform a task. The overall process and its sub-processes were defined, the services needed by them were identified and described. To understand which services are needed, the information input and output of the processes were analyzed. Services were then defined to support every information element in those inputs and outputs. The purpose of the Passenger Flow Information Service is to provide real-time information on the passenger flow on and beyond the airport. When a disturbance is noted, the service triggers the appropriate action. An important new feature of Titan is the inclusion of processes and their influence on the turnaround from the land side of the airport. Although problems on the airport access road or long queues at security can have a major impact, inclusion of the land side has never been done before. The Baggage Flow Information Service works in the same way, except that it looks after flow of baggage. A similar service has been defined to take care of the cargo and mail flows. This service provides information to all concerned about the status and position of the aircraft under its purview. Providing information about the availability and status of the various airport facilities, this service is the primary trigger for users of the airport to consider eventual changes to their trajectories. In the future ATM system, the legacy airspace-based management of flights will be replaced by trajectory-based operations. Aircraft will fly precise 4D trajectories, and the ground segment of the trajectory will be fully integrated into the overall trajectory. This ground segment contains the turnaround. Any disturbance in the turnaround obviously impacts the overall trajectory. Titan makes the turnaround more predictable, and hence also the predictability of the 4D trajectory is improved. The net-centric approach is also a feature of Titan that makes it eminently suitable for use in the new ATM environment. The legacy point-to-point connections limit information exchange and make the addition of new partners cumbersome and expensive. In the net-centric approach of future ATM, partners are nodes on the global network, with everybody sharing their information in a common virtual information space. This approach makes it easy to add new information elements as well as new partners.
This is the concept. Now let's have a look at how Titan works in real life. Mr. Smith checks in at home using his laptop. While he is on his way to the airport, the Passenger Flow Information Service is informed of a traffic jam on the airport access road. PFIS shares this information with the other services. The Aircraft Status Report Service shares the news of Mr. Smith's flight arrival. It also generates a warning to all partners about the traffic jam's possible impact. The Passenger Flow Information Service initiates a text message sent to Mr. Smith's mobile phone, informing him of the gate number and the planned boarding time, at the same time asking him to proceed speedily to the gate once at the airport. The Passenger Flow Information Service notes that Mr. Smith is now at the airport and updates the overall status of the passengers for this flight. The Passenger Flow Information Service now shares the waiting times at the security checkpoints, and a recommendation is made verbally and/or via text message about the checkpoint to be used for the least delay. The Airport Information Report Service now shares a warning about the delays caused by the access road problems and consequently the likely late arrival of passengers. Having noted Mr. Smith's passing security, the PFIS monitors his progress through the airport. This is done respecting all privacy rules. He is warned personally via text message or on displays if there is a danger that he will miss his flight if he is not at the gate in time. If the airline decides to delay the start of boarding, the Aircraft Status Information Service shares the new estimated times with all partners. Of course, Titan has a service dedicated to monitoring also passengers' baggage in a way very similar to how passenger flow is monitored. The Titan services make sure that there is common awareness of all the processes involved in the turnaround. What is more, passengers are also informed and guided from home to their seat in the aircraft.
New concept. New methods of working. New equipment will only be adopted in the field if they are supported by a business case. For Titan, a comprehensive cost-benefit analysis has been performed, which decision makers can use to decide whether or not to invest in this new decision-making tool. The numbers are convincing. Titan delivers on its promises, and it does so cost-effectively too. The Titan tool is the result of the project and the means to realize the benefits identified in the concept of operations. This is what Titan is all about. More predictable turnarounds, clear visibility of all influences, less delay, more efficient operations. Titan, brought to you by the European Commission's 7th Framework Programme and a consortium of 11 partners led by INICO of Spain.